Call to order the Berlin Township Trustee special meeting for August 28th, 2023. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please call roll. Trustee O'Brien?
Here.
Trustee Real? Here. Trustee Bullard?
Here.
Thank you. And that brings us to asphalt estimates for fire station, township hall, and cemetery.
Okay, for the fire station, Chief Miller just forwarded us the three estimates, and I'm talking about at 5 o'clock. The lowest priced one was Hills, which was presented at the last meeting.
How much?
I don't have that in front of me, no.
Okay.
But it was just sent to us.
Well, just for clarification, that was for all three, right? In our last meeting, he had the Hills estimate, and we had asked him to ask Hills to add the cemetery and township hall.
I don't believe that he did that.
Okay, did we ask him to do that?
We talked about it, but we didn't really.
Because I thought that's why we made this meeting today, was because he would solicit the additional feedback related to.
Well, he was going to do the fire station.
Yeah, that's Tito, so do that. I have no problem with that, and I have no problem with his estimate. The township hall is, we will probably end up redoing significant parts of it as we do the construction now. In the cemetery, I just assume wait and do that next year with the road program, with the road improvement program, because we can put it on a county bid and get it with the chip and seal at that point in time. That's the way we've done it in the past.
I don't know. There's not working. So to get you up to speed, because I think that you were absent in the last conversation.
Right.
Fire chief had presented an estimate from Hills for the fire station. We had discussed wanting to engage at minimal with the township hall parking lot this time because some of the areas are not looking very good. And we just as soon have Hills do it at the same time that they did fire, and thought maybe that would reduce some of the cost if they were doing both projects. So I don't have the estimate since it was sent at 5 p.m. But do you know, does it have the township hall and cemetery on it? No. Okay. So we have two options. We can approve the fire station quote this evening and ask them to add on the township hall parking lot if you're amenable to getting the township hall parking lot done at this time. We will wait on the cemetery service, the cemetery portion until next year in hopes of doing chip and seal at that time.
Cemetery definitely want to put off until next year.
Okay.
The township hall, it's not good. I agree with that completely. It's just that construction work will take its toll on what we do.
For the building,
That's the
the
biggest
building
concern.
storage.
Right.
Yeah, I actually neglected to think about that, and it would make sense maybe to wait because of that.
It would if the building storage expansion project is going to take off or do something in the next 18 months. But if it's not, which, you know.
I have a meeting with the prosecutor tomorrow, 2 o'clock, to discuss some stuff with the cemetery and the building, those two things, and he's kind of broken those out.
Okay. Are you optimistic at the prospect of being able to start construction on this project in the next 12 to 18 months?
Yeah, I would assume, and I've talked with several people, and they said getting it done this year or putting the building up this year would be difficult, just to get the materials and to get contractors. But next year, it's the springtime, it makes sense on that. concrete's a little different because that's, you bring in the truck and go with it. So we may be able to get the concrete work done this year, but the other would be next year. But by this time next year, we should be in the building and be using it.
Given that timeline, I think it would be wise to wait. Even though we were talking about deferring the maintenance on asphalt, it only gets worse and harder to correct, not easier.
And the thing about the parking lot out here, not the cemetery, but the parking lot here, is we got a lot of cracking. And the cracking is usually due to poor foundation underneath it. And we may need to do a lot more than just put a layer of blacktop on it. It's a layer of blacktop, typically the cracks show up in about 5 to 7 years. Just, you've got all the cracks back if you had before.
Right.
And what we would need to do would be to repair the areas and do an in-depth repair to be able to fix that and make it correct. I'd like to see it done in a manner that lasts a long time. I believe that, and Ken, you may have more information than I do, but I believe that blacktop was put down at the time that in the 70s when or back when the building was built.
I think it was done in 2 stages. And what's underneath where the fire trucks is better base.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But over here, it was a little, it might have even been done at 3. In front of the fire, here in the parking lot, and then on the expansion, because this actually was a parking lot right next to where this addition was.
And I'm encouraging Jesse to work to get the fuel tank moved down to the fire station.
At this time.
So at this time.
Yeah.
And because a lot of our issues is the big fire trucks coming in, and it's not so much them driving up, they start turning and maneuvering off that creates the problem. That's the big issue. So if we can get that put down at the fire station, then the number of times it's truck coming would be a lot less.
Okay, well, this is a productive conversation. I think based on that, we should perhaps not move forward with the township hall resealing right now and wait. Huh?
The fire station makes perfect sense, and in the past, Phil has done a very good job of working with the fire station and correcting some of the problems. We've got a lot of issues with settling around the fire station.
What's your perspective, Trustee O'Brien?
I would go ahead with the quote, but I can't find the dollar amount right now for that.
My computer's not running for some reason. You can't find it.
It's that email's not pulling up on my phone.
For some reason, mine is not working either. There. Oh. All right, so we will move forward this evening with the fire department quote, hold off on the township hall parking lot for the reasons Trustee Bullard mentioned, primarily being that we do anticipate having a large storage building put up, and that construction and cost and the substantive work we're going to need to put into one side at least of the parking lot. We'll just engage with that following the construction completion. Okay, and then quote for that we received is fire chief estimates, and quote we received wanting to move forward with was, this is Hills. Is that a Word document? Enoch to John Winters. Is this one it?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, John Winters, Hills, Blacktop.
It looks different on
It
that.
does, but, so it looks like it's, $8,770 for the cleaning of the area prior to the seal coating, 2 coats of commercial grade asphalt and the sand, and then
The striping.
the striping, $986. What's the total for that?
Well, I would go with 10,000 because it's a little under, and there's a little bit of a discrepancy.
Yeah, but then, we do that with the anticipated cost.
Well, what it would be is that amount plus 20%
Mhm.
with the anticipated of that, $9,756.
Oh, there it is, yeah. All right. You want to bring forward a motion?
Okay, so what would be 20% more? $11,000.
Sorry. 11,000.
So I move that we approve appropriation of $11,707.20 to Hills.
Does that have a header in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the anticipated cost of $9,756 for the purpose of parking lot improvements. Yes.
Repairs and sealing, but, and I'll second that.
Moved by trustee O'Brien, seconded by trustee Bowler. Discussion? Please call roll.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Fuller?
Yes.
Great. The next item is setting the hearing dates for a couple of cases that have come our way. We have BBP case 23-003, the Elysian at Allen Creek, North Old State Road. And it looks like the BZC review occurred on August 8th. So the question is do we want to hold a special meeting for this hearing? Then on September the 4th Monday or the 5th Monday to have it done within the 30-day window, or do we want to ask to have it at the next available meeting on the 11th? We have a pretty robust agenda for the 11th, though.
11th to the 25th.
Well, that goes outside of the 30-day window. So I was thinking we could either do it September 4th or September 6th.
I can do the 6th. The 5th is fire interview, so I can't do it then.
Okay.
Fourth is Labor Day.
Oh, right. Yeah. 4th is Labor Day.
So 6th works.
6th work. Does September 6th Wednesday work for you?
I
No.
won't be here.
Okay. When
I
will
come
you
back
be
on the,
available?
I come back on the 8th.
Okay.
I think the 11th would work for me, but not.
What about before the 11th? What about
9th or 10th? Saturday or Sunday, but I'll come back to town on the 8th,
on the 8th?
on Friday.
What about this? Well, we don't have time to put notice. Okay, we'll say 9/11 at 8 p.m. I think that we have a 7 p.m. date time certain, with 8 or 8:30 work.
Is this the condo development?
This is the apartment,
North Old State.
North Old State Apartments.
23.
They're on.
I have 36 or 7.
Okay, tractor.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to do, so September 11th at 8 or 8:30 works?
Mhm.
Okay. Move to accept the binder provided as Exhibit 1 for BBP case 23-003.
And the other exhibits, there should be some more.
All documents within the binder as Exhibit 1.
Okay. There isn't anything else to answer? Okay. Second that.
Moved by the chair, seconded by trustee Bowler. Discussion? Please call roll.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Fuller?
Yes.
And, move to set date, time, place certain for BZC case 23-004. Oh, I'm sorry, BBP case 23-003. To date, time, place certain of September 11, 8 PM at 3271 Cheshire Road.
Second,
Moved by the chair, seconded by trustee O'Brien. Discussion?
does that have to be noticed?
Yes.
How does it have to be noticed?
10-day notice.
Okay, so we really couldn't do it before.
We can do it for anybody.
So that notice needs to be to whom 10 days? Does it have to be
Published.
on the website?
Well, when there's some discussion about appropriate publication, we have to inform the newspaper to run the publication, have to be official notice.
So it's inform them by 10 days.
Yep.
And it has to be posted on our bulletin board 10 days in advance? Or?
Whatever our notification policy is for regular trustee meetings, but we have it has to be noticed in the newspaper per statute.
It has to be noticed in the paper, but it has to be given to the paper 10 days.
Yeah, yeah,
And then when they put it in. is when they
yeah,
put it in.
exactly.
Okay, understood.
Okay,
So,
I'll let Kathy know.
excellent.
Please call roll.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes,
Trustee Rail?
Yes.
Trustee Fuller?
Yes.
Okay, and then the comp plan, we don't have the same pressing timeline.
Who's going to advertise that?
I'll contact Kathy
Okay,
tonight to have her run it.
just want to make sure it's,
Yeah, I gotcha. We have BZC case 23-004, the comp plan use plan. I would like to move to accept the information provided in the manila folder today as Exhibit 1 at this time. And all the contents therein as Exhibit 1 at this time. Moved by the chair, seconded by trustee Buller. Discussion? Please call roll.
Trustee O'Brien?
yes.
Trustee Rail?
Yes.
Trustee Fuller?
yes,
And the 25th probably would be good for that one at, you want to do 7 PM daytime certain, or 6:30 for the comp plan.
I think the second meeting in September should be fine. What we should do, if I can talk just a little bit, is we need to advertise it on the website and advertise it out here on the
I
signboard.
agree.
It's saying, encouraging people to come read it, not so much that we're giving them all that, but that it'll be in the zoning office, people can look at it. And
I love that idea.
And that they can, and so I think giving a little bit more time for people to read it makes perfect sense. If there's an electronic copy of it, we can put it on the website, I'm happy with that too.
Yeah, we can do that,
If we
certainly.
can put an electronic copy there, and that gives us a chance to get comments back from people and encourage comments from them about what that comprehensive land use plan says.
I love it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see.
Great, and this has gone through a number of iterations. I know most recently the BZC has put in a lot of effort and energy into it. I had a chance to review it in advance and thought it was very well thought out, very well reasoned. We've been working on it now for a little bit of time, so it would be fantastic to be able to produce at least a working draft, put it out on social media, website, and have feedback come in. Because I'm anticipating that we would be in a position to vote on the matter that evening potentially. So move to set date, time, place certain for consideration of BZC case 23-004, the 2023 comprehensive land use plan to September 25th at 6:30 PM at 3271 Cheshire Road. Moved by the chair, seconded by trustee O'Brien. Discussion? Please call roll.
Trustee O'Brien?
Yes.
Trustee Rail?
Yes.
Trustee Fuller?
Yes.
Wonderful. Do we have any pressing items that need to be addressed at this time?
That's not on the agenda.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. Moved by trustee Bowler, seconded by the chair. Please call roll.
Trustee O'Brien.
Yes.
Trustee Rail.
Yes.
Trustee Ballard.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So,
No, I'd just like to give a,
Let's, did the string go off? when we
No.
were on it? Okay, I heard the noise.
Yes, it was just.
Good. We had this, and it was stable.